Prime here, back in another custom review. Continue looking at the Transformers Legacy Armada universe, Sideways. So yeah, first Legacy custom. It's from Legacy RC, of course, because it's the only motorcycle in the line that is a deluxe. Because I just forgot Iguanas was a thing. But yeah, and it's even a Unicron Trilogy custom. I haven't done one of these in like ages. But of course, before we take a look at him, let's look at the paints. And for this thing, there was a lot of paints. So just to get them out of the way, of course, I did use clear coat on this. And the light gray surface primer. That's just what I use. And then other sprays, I used TS16 yellow, TS12 orange, it'll focus, thank you, TS24 purple, which is the majority of the purple you see on the figure, and also some AS2 light gray. But that's not all. As for hand paints, I used a touch of gunmetal, some flat black, a little bit of pink, autofocus, there we go, regular hand paint purple, some chrome silver, dark gray, lemon yellow, and finally just standard black. Total focus, thank you. Excuse me. Yeah, there was a lot of paints involved with this, and I didn't realize that until after I finished and just gathered them together and just, man, there's a lot of paints in this. But yeah, so a lot of this stuff, of course, was done in robot mode, but I think the bike mode's pretty nice. But yeah, some changes here and there, like the tires, they were like picked out like the blue around the rims, and I had to remove that. And I actually painted the inside of this silver again, as well as the inside back here, which was not painted on the original toy. But yeah, I probably should have added a little bit more yellow to the sides of the bike, but yellow is also really difficult to work with, and I already had to put enough on here as is. I do like how this turned out, though. This is the spray yellow that I used, which what I had to do is I had to mask off like the bottom part of this and like spray this like 5 freaking times after I sprayed the purple, which it eventually worked. Though I did have it to where I put this piece back on and then I took it out. When I took it back out, it like chipped the sides up here, and then there was a little, and like right there, kind of got messed up too. And I had to like mix some paint to match it, which surprisingly wasn't that difficult. If anyone wants to match the spray yellow, it's just like some white and lemon yellow. Just mix those together. I think I just put like a little bit of lemon yellow into some white, I think is how I did it. And that was it. Or no, it was white into lemon yellow. It just like, it matched it pretty well, actually. But yeah, kickstand all, of course, still works. Like, everything here still works. You just gotta be a touch more careful. Which I actually did, I'm pretty sure I shaved. Oh yeah, there was like a little stopper bit here that was a bit tight. I shaved that down. I also shaved down like this hinge area here. Like, I shaved down this bit. And it worked pretty well. Like, there's no chipping or anything. I had to shave this whole middle bit down a lot because I kept on getting chipping towards the end, and I couldn't really fix it, so I just decided to shave it all down. You know, I mean, like, the little black hinge is not that bad. It blends in. Yeah. Oh, and I also, just because it annoys me, I completely got rid of the tab that would be there that would go into this whole mess there. So it's just this one tab now. It makes transforming it so much easier. Just, you know, much less annoying. Yeah. Oh, he also does have guns. These are Titan Return Blur's guns with the handles removed, and then I got handles from these Constructbots guns, just cut them off, and I just put them into the hole that's already here, and it was a perfect fit. It does the exact amount it needs to stick out, so it goes into the arm just right, like everything worked. And I, of course, painted the bottom back silver. Then I spray painted some orange across this, which I wanted to be a bit more of a fade, which it didn't really turn out that way just because of how small the area was, but I think it still looks nice. Like, the end of this is fairly orange, and it gets a bit more broken up as you go down here. I want to emulate the old toy, how it had, like, the tips were painted, like, yellow or something. But I figured this would be nice. Add a little bit of extra spice, which What I like to do with these is you can just put them on the back here, so no one is able to sit on the bike. Or of course you can just put them here and they can be like weird extra exhausts. Yeah, anyways, that is it for the bike modes. Let's go ahead and get him into his robots mode. And here in robot mode, this thing just screams Unicron Trilogy to me. Just all the colors, how kind of bright and vibrant it is. Like again, you saw the paint. A lot happened here. But just I love this freaking goth energy bike man I got in front of me. But just for the fun of it, very quick, go ahead and get out of the way. Here it is with Legacy RC. So I can sort of also explain customizing this mold. Now, in War for Cybertron, I don't think there was a single figure I can say that like I could just take apart almost entirely. But Legacy RC, you can literally almost completely take apart. All the blue on the toy can separate from the inner bits for the most part. Like the chest, like the shoulders are still attached. But like even this bike bit, like this comes off. This is an insert that you can just pop out. You can just pop these off. Like this whole inner bit, that's connected, but like you could disconnect this and then the kickstand. Like it's just as a customizer, it's so nice, and it makes you want to paint this mold even more. And from just how easy this mold is to paint, I've already seen a few. Like I've seen someone do Velocity. I've seen a Flame War. I hear talk that people want to do Nautica. Like I swear I've seen like one or two more. I think maybe a Solus Prime somewhere. But yeah, this is just a really fun mold to paint. I think it's a very good one to customize. Like anyone doing those customizing classes, that's a good mold to try it out with. But yeah, like pretty much I didn't paint a lot of the interior bits, like these arms right here and the hands are still the same. Like the feet are still the same, this inner part is the same. These are the same except for the rims. But I mean, like, it doesn't matter because it blends in. Like, they're just black and gray. They blend into, like, every color scheme. Which I was considering painting these purple, but I figured just for functionality I'd leave them as is. Which I don't think much was lost. Yeah, anyways, as I'm sure someone probably just seeing the thumbnail is like, how the heck did you do the head? Let me talk about the head. But I do really like how this head turned out. It is actually Combiner Wars First Aid's head, but I took my file and like shaved down the edges and up here and then the front a bit to kind of give it the little bit more of a sideways shape. And then these horns here are actually, I can get one out, come on, are actually Lego horns that I had to drill holes into the side of the head so they can plug in. And I mean, they're sturdily in there, and even if I wanted to, I could rotate them down, which is nice, which I really don't know which one looks better for sideways, just because his horns are supposed to like go down and back up, but for the space this had to work with for transformation, I couldn't do that. So that's the only reason why. Because like there are Lego pieces that would actually be like accurate horns for him. It's just in order for this all to transform, I couldn't do it. Yeah, and then of course like the rest of this, like I had to hand paint those two eyes. The back visor was the flat black, which I'm still not perfect at doing like eyes on visors. Like Guzzle was still very 50-50, but I think this turned out a little bit better. Maybe. But yeah, other details here. We got some nice like little black spikes going on. Some silver going down the middle and the yellow vents here. Which the hard part about doing this chest is the fact that on the original toy, the chest was just like the front of the bike. So I had to like sort of translate that here, but then also just kind of make my own thing, which I think turned out fine. I actually hand painted this bit purple, like this, and then the little bike bit in there I hand painted purple, which it matches stupid well. Like I didn't think these two were gonna match, but they really do. There's even like areas where I had to fix it with the hand painted purple, and it all just kind of works. I painted, of course, like the rest of this is spray. Like those were the only two like hand painted purple. Everything else is spray, except for like small areas I had to fix here and there that you probably can't notice on camera. But yeah, like I painted this dark gray and even the thighs dark gray, and then all this yellow going down here. Which I think it just turned out really nice. Like I just love how this looks. Oh yeah, and the first aid head, if you want to put one on them for some reason, I actually used like 3 layers of masking tape on the inside of the head to make it like sturdy, because it did that thing where like there was an audible click when I popped it onto the ball joint, but it was completely limp. So just putting those in, it gives it the weight to like, articulate and move. And of course, we can give him his guns. We can just plug into the arms to complete the sideways look, since, you know, he does have arm cannons. I didn't realize how much, like, Blair's gun from time to turn just looks like Seeker null rays. Because when I painted these, they kind of remind me of, like, the animated null rays, like, at the tips. Maybe think of them, and then this is, like, the G1-ish shape, or, like, the classic Seeker figure. Because, like, you know, like, there's the trigger, and, like, there's the, you know. You know. Get this camera put back down. There's some fun, quick comparisons. So first off, here he is with, like, my only other Armada Decepticon custom. Which, like, man, like, I love Transformers Armada a lot, and I'm super happy that the Unicron trilogy as a whole is, like, getting stuff in Legacy, but just, I've only done this one for Armada Decepticons, and I think just Armada in general, like, all my other Unicron trilogy customs have been from Energon or Cybertron. Like, this is it. This is the guy. This is who we have, though. Just because of the Armada starter screen, like the Thrilling 30 mold, most of my Decepticons are from Armada on that shelf, so there is that. Speaking of which, let's bring in the Takara version of Thrilling 30's Armada Starscream. Wait, let's bring this up for that authentic Armada look. Which I do think these three just look really nice together. Very much scream Armada. I hope the new one is good. Like, there's a rumor going around we're getting one in, like, Legacy Wave 3 as a Voyager for Starscream. Really hope it's good. Super excited for the Unicron trilogy stuff. And just in molds in general, because, like, you know, like Legacy, we're branching away from G1. Like, we're not only doing G1, so there's a bit more diverse things going on in the molds. So there's actually, like, stuff that I can use for customs. And also just for the fun of it, here he is with Universe. Hotshot. What's really funny is that I got this for $16 complete the day after I, like, finished Sideways, because I had to go out of town. He was just at a shop, and I'm like, this is fate. He's my only, like, updated Armada Autobot now. And, man, I hope we get a new one. This toy is not great. I remember this toy wasn't all that great, but just, woof. It's something. It is something. But yeah, overall, I really like this custom. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being my favorite custom of the year. I think so far it's my favorite custom of the year. Probably like Guzzle's number 2. I don't know. We'll get there at the end of the year. If we make it there, we'll get there. But yeah, just it's a fun mold to paint. I had a really fun time doing this. It only took me like 2 or 3 days. Surprisingly, like, the hardest thing was the yellow. Everything else just kind of fell into place as I went along. But yeah, just I really like this. I love this custom. I hope to do at least another one from RC at some point, or from Legacy RC. If this thing ever, like, you know how Siege ended up in the US, ended up at Ross, and Deluxe was like $8. If that happens again, I'm just buying a bunch of RCs, and you're just gonna see week after week of just, here's another one and another one, because I have a fun time with this mold. This might be the new Siege Ironhide, where I just paint, like, every version of the mold that comes out. Who knows? I mean, I know Road Rocket's happening, or at least it's a rumor as of this recording. Possibly a leaked listing, I don't know. But might do something with that. It's red. Maybe I can Shatterglass RC. I don't know. Figure it out. But yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So, be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews, and please don't forget to subscribe. You can also come check out my Facebook and Tumblr pages, links in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.